Welcome back to day 10 of our 30 days of daily play challenge in celebration of the daily play, my new 365-day art journal. I'm Brittany and I'm so happy you're here. We're working on a section called mindful art. So the first 30 prompts inside the daily play are about skill building. So we are sort of working on things like muscle memory, learning new tools so that we can work our way into things like calligraphy, continuous line drawings, and watercolor that you're going to see throughout the rest of the 365 days of prompts inside your new journal. So day 9, 10, and 11 inside your 365-day art journal are about timing your breath with your writing. Yesterday we did coils. So we started in an upward motion and then moved down, and then we did the opposite over here. Today we're going to be doing something called an infinity loop, or here, a figure 8. And again, I just have my book underneath to support my writing. So it's a nice thick book. I'm putting it underneath so that it's supporting both my wrist and my writing surface. So I'm going to move that down a little bit here. And I'm going to be using my brush pen, but you could also just use a regular writing pen. We're not doing any pressure changes today, so feel free to experiment. But the idea is that we're going to start in the middle and move towards the right, drawing the full length of the infinity loop while inhaling. Then we're going to trace the full length again while exhaling. Continue tracing the shape for at least 5 minutes, switching directions halfway through. Grab a few ink colors as you switch to make an interesting final drawing. So I'm going to show you just one example of how I do this. And again, you can just trace up here. So why don't I start here just to kind of show you what it looks like when we trace, and then start to create your own shape before you set your 2-minute timer. So we're going to move in an upward motion, breathing in. Stop. Now breathe out. So you can imagine if you're setting a timer for 5 minutes, you could do just that one direction, breathing in and out that entire time. But I've given some instructions here to switch directions halfway through. This is, again, not a prescription, but if you want, you could set a 2.5-minute timer, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, all moving in this direction. And then at that 2.5 mark, you can switch directions. So you would breathe in, breathe out. And you'll notice if you move too fast with your pen, you don't even get your full breath in. So this is exactly why this exercise exists, is to reset your nervous system. I know it sounds like a long time, but not in the grand scheme of things. But I promise you that even after just 2 minutes of doing this, you're going to feel so much better. So I set my timer for 5 minutes. I switched directions halfway through, and I ended up choosing a few different ink colors throughout just to make it a little bit more visually interesting, and that is all. And I will see you tomorrow for day 11.